welcome to Reece Chat. This is the third episode of the show where I get different people on to talk about different things. And today's guest, we've got Jasmine. All right then, so hello Jasmine, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I can quite honestly say this is the show. I honestly haven't got a clue about what I'm actually going to say, what we're going to talk about. So this literally can go any way possible now. Because I've known you for how long now? It's years. I've known you since primary school, that's right, isn't it? Maybe even before that. Yeah.
We're pushing 2 decades. Pushing. Let's say that.
I just wanted to talk to you really about a bit of everything. So I know you're a university student at Liverpool Hope and you're studying criminology, aren't you? That's right?
Yeah, second year right now.
So
and let's just say uni life is very different now.
Oh, okay.
So I was fortunate first year to actually experience uni life, because I know a lot of people joining uni now are not going to get that full experience, should we say.
Yeah.
So it's very different to school, but it allows you to have a lot more freedom, which I enjoy. I spent a lot of time doing it from my bed, so I can't say it's been that productive, but
we all know nothing is normal at the minute. So on the downtime that we have, what have you been up to?
So I've kind of brought my baking. I'm not going to call it baking skills, right? Because it's not. But before this, we're talking like 10 years ago, I used to want to do baking as like a career, and I wanted to do like the bake off as well. I know it sounds quite sad, really.
No.
But yeah, so that's been taking up a bit of my time. I'm going to say more than uni, which is quite rubbish. But yeah, so I was going to bake today, but I literally got no effort at all. So it's just as and when I want, I'll start doing baking. Yesterday was pancake day.
I was literally just about to say, this is pre-recording. It's going to come out quite a bit after pancake day. But as of recording, yesterday was pancake day. So what did you do for that? I've got to ask.
Oh my God, right. So I woke up in the morning. I didn't know it was pancake day till that morning. So,
right.
Yeah. So I made batter in the morning, but I didn't have enough flour, so I just winged it. They turned out all right. I didn't give anyone like food poisoning or anything.
Good.
So I made the batter, and they were like American ones. They're really fluffy. And then I realised I had no Nutella, no strawberries, no whipped cream, nothing. I went to Asda, got it all, and they actually turned out okay. But they're too sickly for me, so I ended up having half, but rolled up.
Who ended up eating the most?
Romario, my brother. But
I always know when
I've never seen a kid like that eat. Like, he's so skinny, but he eats so much. All I have to do is look at an apple and I gain like 2 stones, so it's one of them.
I was gonna say, like, I don't know about you, but when I end up making pancakes, it's always everyone else butting in going, oh, can I have one? Oh, can you make me one? And
yeah, oh my God.
Everyone else that tends to eat them more than me.
I think in my house, once I start making them, everyone will like bring their orders to a cafe, and then once I've done it, I can't bother eating my own, so then mine just ends up on a plate. But yeah, we had like leftover stuff for today, and it was just an epic fail. I think one came out normal, the rest went in the bin. But I can't even tell you how much of a meltdown I had. There's Nutella everywhere. So every time I touch something, like the toaster, I have Nutella in my hands. If I touch the air fryer, there's Nutella on the handle. So yeah, my hands had Nutella on at least every 5 minutes.
What's something good to watch on Netflix at the minute? What have you been watching?
Oh my God. Right, here we go. And I think everyone's actually watched it, Bridgerton. I know everyone's talking about it. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it, but I haven't actually watched that one yet. So
okay. So I was on the hype for that, and I've watched that 3 times. But when it first came out, I was hooked in the first half an hour, to the point where I've actually bought the books. I know, Reece.
Wow. Yeah.
I know. I'm actually, for the first time in ages, I'm actually enjoying a book. So that's something new.
Because it's years ago now. It made me laugh because you mentioned about the books, because years ago when we had to do, I can't remember what it was. It might have been a book review or a book report or something. I know you picked Love, Simon.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Why did you pick that book, Jazz?
Well, I've never read it. That's the thing, right? I watched the film and it was very, very good.
Yeah.
I never read the book, but I just used it because I watched the film. So I kind of made up my own version of the book.
It's just
by
clicked
watching
to
the
me
film.
now. It's just clicked to me what we had to know because we had to make our own. And what was your version of the book called?
Oh my god, I can't remember what was it called.
Thing.
It was the name was different. I think I can't remember, but it was essentially the same, wasn't it?
Was it Ray?
And then I remember it begins with an R. Is it something?
I remember
Robin.
Wasn't it initially my name and we had to change it?
Yeah, I think I had to change it to Robin.
Robin.
I think it was Robin.
It was Robin.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't say I'll ever suggest anyone to do that because it was quite awful. I remember the teacher, I'm not going to name her, she used to ask me questions about the book. I used to kind of poop my pants and then try and think of a justified answer because I'm like, I don't actually know. I thought, right, well, we'll have to read the first chapter. And it was awful. The book was awful compared to the film. And then it's just the continuous questions about this book that I've never read, but I'm doing an A-level piece of work on it. So it was kind of a flop, let's say that. Yeah.
It's come into my head. I remember one time, you're going to get what I'm talking about before I actually finish it, I think. But there was one time we were sat in someone's room and you asked them if you could plug your phone into charge at the back of the room just whilst we were sat for the hour. That's why we were sat for the hour doing that lesson. And
I didn't charge my phone the night before, so it needed to be charged. Right. Can we just add that bit?
What happened? You tell us. You're going to finish it a lot better than I will.
Right. So, a certain somebody walked through the door, and because she didn't want to work in a room alone, she brought her laptop and charger. There was only one plug at the back of the room. I dibs it first. However, she had more authority than us, so obviously she unplugged my charger and charged her laptop.
Alright.
She charged her laptop instead of charging my phone when she can charge her laptop all day. Do you realise in the lesson, at the end of the lesson, that she did it? Was it during the lesson?
Again, it was after we were about to go, we were about to leave, we stood up, you turned round, seeing it and told me about it, and I just couldn't stop laughing.
I mean, I could have even asked to, she could have just said, oh, whose charge is this? Like, do you mind if I unplugging it? She didn't even tell me. So I could have moved the charger. But no, it was more abrupt. All because she didn't want to work alone.
The times we had were absolutely hilarious. Genuinely, I think
for a class of 3, it was quite funny.
I genuinely think that those times were the funniest times we had. It wasn't my favourite class to go to, but it was my favourite because I knew I'd be coming out of there with a stitch laughing. I think
one memory of that class that sticks out is the actual exam day. Oh my God.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say, I think.
The pen. The pen. Oh my God. Right, you can tell that story because I don't think I can finish it. It's so stupid what we did, though.
Yeah, it was.
Again, I wouldn't recommend it. But
yeah, I was just about to say, let's recommend it now. Well, not recommend it. Disclaimer, don't try this.
It was just a way of letting each other know if we're having a meltdown or if it's going well.
Yeah.
It was, we didn't speak to each other.
So it was outside, we said, didn't we? You know, if we get to a point where we do struggle, just to drop the pen on the floor next to our desk, because we'll hear it, just pick it up and carry on. That's how we know if we're struggling with the paper.
Yeah. And then I think within the first 5 minutes, what did you do, Reece?
I don't even think it was the first 5, to be honest with you. It was probably the first 30 seconds.
It might have been when you opened the actual test paper.
I think I just opened the paper, looked at the first question, and instead of dropping my pen, I think it just accidentally got flung.
Just kind of flew across the room, yeah.
It was about one side of the room to the other.
Yeah.
I think luckily I had a spare pen on me, so I didn't actually have to get up and crawl for it. Before we wrap this little bit up, I've got to say, because it's just popped into my head now, do you remember the time where on the board in front of us, there was this huge paragraph?
I know what you're going to say, yeah.
Chinese, Mandarin, Japanese symbols, whatever. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like Chinese writing, symbols and
Yeah.
the written language. We looked at it for a solid 5-10 minutes, didn't we? As we were told to.
What were we doing? Like,
We were
I still to this day do not understand why she put it on the board, or like what relevance it actually held.
I remember because I remember the reaction after it. We were told to look at it for like 5 or 10 minutes and try and figure out what it meant. What it meant, yeah.
It's a whole different language that we've never seen in our lives.
We don't speak Chinese.
I want to sit there and figure it out.
I literally had no understanding of the language at all. And then after those 10 minutes, when we turned around and said, "Okay, so what does it mean?" The answer was, "Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
So,
I don't understand. I never understood her."
I'd love to just ramble on and talk more about it because it is absolutely hilarious. But we are coming to the end of the show now. So is there anything at all you'd like to say just before we do go?
Stay in school, kids. Stay in school.
Well, you know what? I'm just going to say now, thank you so much for coming on. I've had a great time. I hope you have too. I've laughed more than I have in a while. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you to everyone watching. Stay safe, be kind, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.